We're going to talk about the best predictors of spiritual health among young adults in the church today. And this is from Jana Magruder's book, Nothing Less, Engaging Kids in a Lifetime of Faith, which is a great book. Their research is very solid. But I want to say this, look at these points and look at it two ways: as a parent, but also as a church family, to make this a priority. Number one, the child regularly read the Bible while growing up. Isn't that amazing? Being in the Word of God, Jesus said, those who hear these words of mine and put them into practice will be like a wise man who built his house upon the rock. So getting kids to read the Word of God daily. And so start them out in the New Testament. Don't start them out in the Old Testament. Sometimes you get an Old Testament and you start out Genesis, and by the time you get into Numbers, you crash because it's a little bit overwhelming. But read the New Testament and get your kids into reading the Word of God daily, and make that a priority in your church. Make a plan where kids are in the Word of God and they're reading it daily. That's the number one predictor of young adults staying in their faith. Number two is like it. The child regularly spent time in prayer while growing up. I tell families it doesn't have to be an hour prayer meeting in your home. All you have to do is pray regularly. When something happens in your family, you stop and you pray. You pray at meals. When you're on the road, you're putting on the armor as they go to school. You're having them pray for their friends, their family members. Just pray at all times and make that a habit that you can stop and you can pray and seek the Lord for answers. Jeremiah 33:3 says, call to me and I will answer you and show you great and unsearchable things which you do not know. The third predictor is the child served in the church while growing up. Isn't that amazing? Children have gifts and they have talents that God has given them, and where their spiritual gifts manifest the most is in the midst of ministry and missions. And this is a couple girls who served in my church who are now grown up, godly young ladies who have their own family. But it was a priority in our church that kids had opportunities to serve. So mom and dads, you want your child to be serving in the church, make that a priority. Encourage your children's pastor to look at ways that kids can engage in ministry. And that goes far beyond greeting at the door and taking up the offering. Children have gifts. They can teach. They can help lead. They can serve. There's little administrators. All the spiritual gifts are there in the lives of our kids, and that helps them grow in their faith. The number four point is the child participated in church mission trips and projects. It has been my joy. I've been a part of 36 preteen and leader mission trips over the last 20 years. And this is where I've caught up with a lot of kids formerly were in my ministry who are now adults, that it's where they said that God set them on a path at that very young age for life. Their heart is for missions. You know that 85% of youth reported feeling more loved by God after going on a mission trip. The majority said it changed their life in so many ways. And God bless you, and we hope to see you next time.